Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships, and today we're showing off the Tier 5 heavy British cruiser, the Exeter. Finally got her. I finished off the missions last night and decided to play her right before I went to bed, and this was actually the very first battle I played in this ship. Starting off, we're a lowly Tier 5 and a Tier 7 battle, of course, and there is double CVs, which is not good for the ship. So what obviously is a major difference between the Exeter and all the other British cruisers that's currently in the game? Many of you are well aware of this, and that is a couple things actually. Most prominent is her guns. They are 203mm caliber shells, they fire HE, and they hit pretty darn hard. Another aspect that, well, actually let's stick with the guns, because there's actually another thing you have to keep in mind with these very large caliber guns. They are 2 guns per turret, and you have only 3 turrets. And they have a 14-second reload time. Now this is the exact same reload time that a Zao has. Very similar to what the Furutaka has. But the Furutaka has something much better than the Exeter, and that is armor. This ship has no armor, and this ship is very large. So be well aware that you are going to be eating a lot of damage. And unlike her British cousins, she does not have the smokescreen capability, so she does not have the potential of sitting in smoke and firing from the safety of said smoke. So you do have to be extremely careful when playing this ship. But she does have the repair party, and the repair party is going to save your life, because it's going to ensure that you stay in the battle as long as you can, dealing damage with those very large caliber shells. Obviously against other cruisers, they're quite impressive, and even against battleships, against broadside, they're quite impressive. But they are very long to reload, so you do have to be taking consideration of your engagements. Now this Mahon, I was expecting to speed up, and unfortunately fired it a little bit too early. Probably could have actually hit him for a good chunk of damage. Now I am using AP because they're 203mm, and against broadside cruisers they can do quite a bit of damage, such as this Omaha, who has decided that it is going to be his lot in life to charge the sea cap and get double citadel, so 10,000 off of the enemy Omaha there. Now, one negative aspect of the Exeter is her AA. Her AA is quite lousy. It is not very impressive at all. You are going to have issues with CVs. Fortunately, you do have a fighter, which is gonna help out a little bit, but once again, they are the nerf fighters that only last 60 seconds, so you really have to be careful on when launching your plane. And yes, I will be making several mistakes in regard of that. And speaking of the devil, there's the Furutaka, the only other Tier 5 cruiser with 203mm. Now, obviously, the Furutaka has Zao trollish armor that at times could ricochet and bounce battleship AP. So, yeah. Furutaka, I think, is a little bit better, and also it's also lower in the water. As you can see, the Exeter is quite a tall ship, bulky, with none of the benefits of any armor. And if a battleship decides to shoot at you, you are probably going to be eating at tons of damage. Now, it does have the benefit of other British cruisers. It has the increased acceleration. It does have the good turning circle radius, plus the acceleration in the turn, so you don't lose speed when you are making those turns. But once again, if a Nelson decides to look at you in the wrong way, that will happen. over half our health just went out the window. Fortunately, once again, we do have the heal, the British heal. But unfortunately for us, that's all we're gonna get because of that. Now we do get double citadels on that Omaha. Unfortunately, he does survive our confrontation, and at the time our team isn't doing so hot because we have a ranger that has decided to charge forward. And this ranger obviously is going to be detected, and as usual, if a CV is spotted, everyone shoots at the CV. So CV is not going to be that beneficial for us in this time of need. Unfortunately for us, we're also going to be kind of the focus on with the CVs. Shots out against that for Hakaym. Unfortunately, we're not really going to do much in the way of damage. Get another over penetration on a broadside for Hakaym. Of course, don't really get the opportunity to do much else. And here comes the enemy Furious in to attack our lonely little ship. And once again, the AA guns on the ship is lackluster. It's not too impressive, and those rockets can actually hurt a light cruiser such as the Exeter with its very thinly armored hull. Fortunately, we're able to at least not take too much damage. Of course, the Furious is going to be coming back for more. Now, we actually do land a decent hit on that Nelson. The Nelson, I believe, is actually going to be running into that island, trying to minimize the amount of damage as much as possible. Of course, our fighter is still on cooldown, which is kind of the dilemma here. Not much we really can do about this at this time. Only thing we can do is just try to minimize damage and then get obviously a heal off, which we still have 3 charges. So not that dangerous, but Nelson has grounded itself. We finally actually shoot down a plane. That's actually the second plane we've got, and Nelson is now officially burning. I think this Nelson is actually going to be AFK for the rest of this battle. Now the fire chance on the Exeter is kind of not impressive, honestly. As I say that, we get another fire on the Nelson, so he is going to be burning quite nicely for a little while. And once again, him being AFK is going to help the team because our team is just melting away. All the ships that went up to the northeast side are getting just focused down. So, as you can probably guess, this team is not going to be the very best as far as winning. And that is really unfortunate because this is actually a decent damage, at least for the very first battle I've ever played this ship in. Torpedoes on the Exeter, 8 kilometers. You only have 3 triple tubes. They can fire single spread as per usual for British cruisers. So you do have at least the chance to do that much. And once again, the most damning thing about the Exeter is the health on the ship. Only 29,400. Granted, some other tier 5s are just as weak, especially the Omaha. That poor Omaha. If anything, I would say the Omaha is very similar to the Exeter as far as health and as far as plating on the ship. So if you've played the Omaha, you are at least aware kind of how the ship behaves. Get another fire on that Nelson, and that Nelson is going to burn down. He's been AFK this entire time. We've been kind of racking up the damage, but if we can get rid of that Nelson, that should help our team out as much as possible. Mahon is unfortunately spotted, but we do earn Arsonist, which is something you don't always get to see with British cruisers. And there is that pesky Mahon. Let's see if we can actually land a hit. That would be nice. Try to get rid of him as soon as possible. Actually land a hit. Only incapacitate a few modules. And of course, instantly smokes up. And look at this, instantly targeted by 2 ships. Now our Ruho has been safely behind the island with a Atlanta staying safe as possible with the firepower of the Atlanta. Atlanta's not really doing too much. There is I believe a T-61, and obviously the current Rangers, or current carriers up north, the Ranger and the Furious. So I think the Atlanta could have possibly been a little bit more aggressive, especially considering all the other battleships are down at the eastern side of the map. So probably could have done a bit more, possibly. Tried our luck on taking out the T-61, but unfortunately don't land the hit. Do drop our torpedoes just in case that New York comes our way, and of course instantly targeted by multiple ships, so we went a little bit stealthy. So as you can probably guess, this game is going to be a loss. We're currently at 5 ships versus at least 8. Yeah, 9. I can count apparently. 9 ships. Veritaka should be an easy kill. I'm hoping to at least maybe get a hit on him. That would be nice. Now the ship does have hydro, and it does look like the New York does take out the enemy Veritaka. And we should be at least safely behind the island. And of course the T-61 is spotted. But fortunately for us, our dispersion is actually good, and we land the hit on him, taking him out. But unfortunately, at the exact same time, we lose the New York, and the CV obviously wants to come after us, and there's very little we can do. Currently being spotted by the Mahon, sitting safely in the smoke screen, and unfortunately for us, there's very little we can really do. Trying to get in as close as possible, try to possibly hydro him, if at all possible. And of course the CV is going to be coming after us. It's a major issue with the Exeter is just her armor and the huge size of the ship. But unfortunately for us, we are going to go down here in just a moment. Double fires, not much we can really do. Only hope we can do is try to take out the enemy Mahon, but alas, it is not meant to be. So, quick look at the Exeter. I think she can be fun. I think she has the potential, but she's extremely squishy, and you really have to be careful when playing this ship, or else you are going to eat a lot of damage. Now, obviously, you have the benefit of the repair party to get back that health, but as you saw against that Nelson, who chunked us for over half our health, even with that repair party, we weren't able to get back the amount of health that was available to us. Now, Atlanta, I think probably, I think he pushed out a little bit too late, but obviously he's just going to get focused down, and all that's going to be left is our Ruho, because our DD went down as well. So that's actually going to be kind of it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not going to let you guys sit here and just watch the next couple minutes as we lose this battle. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what we saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Saijen.